Okay, we are 2 lines done through the expansion. We have like two more to cover. We just got done with looking at the Tsukishimas. And we have the Tadashi. That's what they call them in the show. Just like good receive, good attack, and some block. It's a good, well-rounded card. And 2 serve. The 3 serve. If this card is receiving and Tsukishima is attacking, add +2 to your receive. So this is one of those situations where you kind of like you play it out. So if they attack for 4 and you play him, you kind of like play it through before all your bonuses go into effect. So he's not receiving, but if you toss here and then your Tsukishima comes into play, grab one. So he's receiving for 2, tossing for 0, attacking for 3. But it says if this card is receiving and Tsukishima is attacking, add +2 to receive. So that gives him a +4, and that's like it doesn't seem that good, but like getting bonuses for no extra cards is really nice. Like you only played 3 cards, but you got a +2 to your receive. Things like that are good because when you're like using 4 or 5 cards to do something, like you're really like hurting your hand size. Because if you only have like 1 card left, they basically just have to tap it over and there's nothing you can do. So that's a pretty good combo, and it's cheap. No extra cards, you get your bonus. So I like that. And 3 serve is nice. I think I talked about this a little bit in another video. If this card is in the receiver toss area and Asahi is attacking, you may pay 2 guts to add +1 attack. If you do, return this card to your hand. I will explain this really quick with the partner card. So I'm going to jump ahead to this Asahi, because it's basically these 2 cards are designed to work together. So I'm receiving with him. Let's say the attack is 5 and my printed is 4. So I receive with him, toss, and I'm attacking with Asahi. And so if we read him, if this card is in the receive or toss area and Asahi is attacking, you may pay 2 guts to add +1 to attack. If you do, return this card to your hand. So first let's look. We're attacking for 3. I'll pay 2 guts to add +1 to his attack. So he's at a 4 attack. And what he does is, if this card is in the attack area and Nishinoya is in the receive, which he is, you may pay 2 guts to add +1 to the receive. If you do, return this card to your hand. So I'm going to pay the guts also. So he went from a 4 receive to 5 because of the bonus here, and he went from a 3 attack to a 4 because of the bonus here. Then on top of that, both these cards come back into your hand, which is nice. Like you paid 4 guts, but getting cards back in your hand is like really good. This is like a really good combo, but you don't need like 4 of this and 4 of this because they're coming back into your hand. Once you kind of pull your like combo off, if you have like 2 or 3 of this in hand or 2 or 3 of this in hand, it's like a waste. Because I tried to build a deck around that combo and found that out very quickly. Like you're just holding on to like 4 of each of these and you can't really pull any combos off. So yeah, it's kind of an interesting combo. He has no serve also. So yeah, actually I think not all of them, but a lot of them don't have any serve. It's just a really good 5 receive. Those are rare, like what we've seen. One that you could do it, and then another where you had to pay guts, I think. Yeah. So there's like 2 cards that have 5 printed receives, so it's really good. Another no serve. Here's a cross no only. When this card is the top of the receive pile, guts, and you play a card in the receive area that isn't Nishinoya, add +2 receive. So if he's at the top, and you play anything that's not Nishinoya and it's Karasuno only, it just straight up gets +2 receive for free, which is nice. So like this 3 receive is a 5 now. Let's see if there's any. This 1 receive is a 3. So I think Nishinoya has 4. Does anyone else have 4? That's not him. He's kind of like the best receiver on Karasuno. But yeah, I mean, a free +2 receive is huge. Actually, +2 receive is just huge. So yeah, this is a really good card. Here's one that can serve actually, and then just basic receive, attack, block. Pretty good. There's a lot of cards that can kind of do a similar thing. We already covered this Asahi, where if this card is in the attack area and Nishinoya is receiving, you may pay 2 guts to add +1 receive, and then you can return the card to your hand. It's good. The combo is good. Pulling it off can be a little difficult. 3 serve Asahi with just standard stats. 3 attack is good. You always want to be attacking with that at least 3. Like if you're attacking with 2, it feels pretty bad. So getting 3 like minimum, and then hopefully getting at least 1 from toss. Like 4 is good. You're expecting to cause them trouble if you have 4 or more. Here's just good attack, good block, Asahi. And then here we sacrifice 1 block for 2 receive. So they're both pretty good. This is this is alternate art, but it is actually the same as the starter deck one. I'm not sure why it ended up like that. I released in this expansion because it is like a really good card. I don't know if you'd want to run 8 of it. Technically, you can. You can run 4 of this. Initio. I don't know what his name is. You can run 4 of them, or 4 of this one and 4 of the starter deck one. You could technically do that. We're going to look at some of the special cards from the first expansion. So draw a card. You may pay 2 guts from any one area. If you do, draw another card. So if you have like 1 guts in each place, you can't do it. You have to have at least 2. But I think this is like probably the strongest card right now. Like drawing 2, you don't have to like run some of the characters for their draw. You can just run this, and like you're picking up 2 cards. It's really good, and it kind of opens up your deck to do other things. You can use special abilities differently. Like you don't need to run this Kageyama to draw a card. You can run like a different Kageyama that's better, since you're not relying on card draw from there. So I really like this card. If your toss character, if your toss character is Kageyama, add +1 toss, and you may discard 1 card to search your discard pile for a Hinata card and draw it. So searching for something specific is really good. Like this is only the second card from all the cards we've seen that can do it. The Sugawara was the other one. This is just like really nice, and you get a +1 toss on top of it, and then you can search for that Hinata for like a big attack if you got rid of him. You do have to discard a card, but it evens out because you're drawing a card also that you choose. So I think it's pretty good. It's not like top tier, but it's nice. If you're receiving, search your toss area guts for a Kageyama and draw it. If you do, you may search your special card area and draw 1 that isn't a copy of this. So you basically are getting 2 cards for the price of 1, and they're both ones you pick. So you could play this, pull a Kageyama out of your toss, and then recycle this card again. So it's pretty good. I ran it, but it just wasn't becoming as useful as I thought it would. I would just need to test it more. If Asahi is attacking, you can have a +1 attack, or if Nishinoya is receiving, a +2 receive. Putting your receive at like 6 receive for one card is nice. There's other cards that kind of do a similar thing, but the versatility of having the attack or receive is good. You don't need a ton of this. Draw a card. If your toss character is Sugawara and Asahi is your attack, add +1 to your attack. So if you're running like a Nishinoya Asahi deck, you always run Sugawara. This card is so good. If this card is in the toss area, you may pay 2 guts to search your discard pile for 1 Asahi or Nishinoya and draw it. Like those 3 guys go into a deck really go really well together. I think there's a ton of decks and you can build off of that. So it's just another synergy for that, because Sugawara is going to be tossing for those 2 guys receiving and attacking most of the time anyway. So yeah, it's pretty good. It's very specific. You need to have a really precise build around it, but it's a cool combo. Here we have draw card. If you have 3 or less cards in hand, you may draw another card. 2 for 1 is awesome. I ran this card a little bit. I was having trouble landing 2 for 1. I ended up always being in an emergency, and I had to use it for 1 a lot of time. It's sitting in my hand, and I don't have few enough cards to draw 2, but I need to use it to draw 1. So it's pretty good. You need to build your deck around it and not have too much draw. If you have a lot of card draw, it's not helpful. But if you're relying on very little card draw, this is a great card. If you don't want a lot of special cards in your deck, this is a really good one. Draw a card. If you have a Karasuno card in the attack area with 4 or less attack, add +1 to your attack. So it's basically like a Karasuno only +1 attack, and you get a draw card. So it's kind of like the starter deck version of Do Your Best. Add +1 to your receive, draw a card, but for attack. So instead of receive, it's just +1 attack. But it's still good. A nice card. If you have an attack focused deck, +1 attack and you draw a card, so it's basically a free card. It's good. Thinking about it more, I kind of like this card actually. Search your discard pile for a Hinata and a Kageyama. You may draw 1 of each. So 2 for 1, another really good thing, and you get specific cards. So if you build around it and you're, 2 for 1, it's good. I like this card too. I tried lots of card draw decks, and even though it's really good, too much of it is overkill. So these are cards where you don't need 4 of them, but it's pretty good. This one, I had a lot of trouble translating it, and then I just kind of put my designer hat on and tried to get it to the best state it could be in. I doubt we'll see this used very much. Early on, now, with only 2 starter decks and 1 expansion, it's at its most powerful. As people, as more cards come out, this will get less and less powerful. But if you're receiving, name a character on your opponent's turn, they must pay 1 guts to play that character. So if I'm receiving and I'm sending an attack over, I'd play this and say maybe maybe you would name Tsukishima. So I'd play this and I'd say Tsukishima. So if they wanted to play him, they'd have to pay 1 guts to do that. It's not very expensive. It's more a little annoying. I don't think it's going to disrupt the gameplay too much. I just don't think it's that good. Maybe there's more use for it. Since you don't know what's in their hand, it's hard to say, I guess. Draw a card if you're receiving, and your attack card is from Abajosai or Seijo, add +2 to your receive. So draw a card +2 receive on this is pretty good. It's better. It's it's kind of like a Abajosai only version of Do Your Best. That's better because you're getting +2 receive. So if we look at that, it's like Do Your Best, but this is just +1 receive. And it might be cool to run both of these as if you have like a cool like Abujosai Nekuma deck or maybe like a mixed deck. Run this. You can get like +3 receive off 2 cards, and you draw 2 cards, so it's +3 receive for free. Could be cool. And they can stack. I don't know. That's kind of interesting. But yeah, that is the last card of the expansion. So we have a video for starter deck 1, a video for starter deck 2, and then a video for I don't know, these like 20 cards, then a video for these 20 cards which we just finished. Hopefully that covered everything. Like I know everyone's still like learning to play, but yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that. If you have questions, just ask in the comments, or if you can like, if I made a mistake on something, and let me know, because we're just like translating everything on our own. So, all right, thanks.